is going on YouTube land? I am Chris Catalunya. Before we get into the shoe review, go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And we are less than 100 subscribers away from hitting the 8,000 subscriber mark here on this YouTube channel. Thank you if you're subscribed already. If you're not, you definitely will want to, because I plan to host a giveaway in which I'm giving away the following items, like the Supreme Balaclava face mask in the black color, I have the White Cat in the Hat tee in a size medium, and I have 3 Bathing Ape magazines in which they all contain accessories within them. This one has the Babe Kids bag, this one is the Babe wallet, and this one is the Babe sling bag. So if you want to win, subscribe to the channel. Alright, let's get into the shoe review. In hand, I have the product from the collaborative effort between Nike and UNDERCOVER by Jun Takahashi. This is the Daybreak. Jun Takahashi is of Japanese descent, and he has a very extensive resume, having attended Bunka Fashion College, in which notable alumni would be Jun Watanabe of Comme des Garçons and Nigo from Bathing Ape, now human made. Jun Takahashi launched his brand under the category of high-end streetwear in 1993. This was UNDERCOVER. Now, while maintaining UNDERCOVER, he did do a separate joint venture with Nigo of a Bathing Ape. Later in his adult life, Jun Takahashi became a student under Rei Kawakubo, and she was the creator of Comme des Garçons. And while under her watch, he gained an opportunity to showcase his work under the Paris boutique Colette. At this point in the video, it's pretty much safe to say that Jun Takahashi is pretty versed in the streetwear scene. Versed enough that he's already had a lot of collaborations with Nike and Converse already, on the Zoom Flies, on the Element 87 Reacts, on the Chuck Taylor highs and lows, etc. The Daybreak series of shoes being offered through this collaborative effort is Nike's Tailwind silhouette, paired with UNDERCOVER's futuristic design of this wingtip that is back here on the heel area. I'm really loving this new direction that Nike is taking with their partnerships, in which they gather the old Nike silhouettes, they tweak some things on the shoe, and they put out a new refreshing product. Much like the Sacai and the LD Waffles or the Sacai and the Blazers, they're just taking older ideas and just making it 2019. And you can actually watch my Sacai Blazer review up there. My first impression of the UNDERCOVER Daybreak's blog pictures had me super curious about the shoe, even had me debating if I wanted these or the LD Waffles. On both the LD Waffles and the Daybreak, I'm loving the theming of retro meets futuristic. That is definitely up my alley, but for this, I think the Daybreaks take the cake. And that's more for the fact that the Daybreaks are more of a daily driver shoe versus the LD Waffles maybe I pull out once a month. Now, in having the Daybreak in hand, this definitely exceeds my expectations, and for sure, I definitely love these a lot more than the LD Waffles. I know I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. And a lot of you who regularly watch me know that I really love eccentric shoes like the LD Waffles, but these are it, man. Now, the first set of UNDERCOVER Daybreaks to have released was this Blue Jay colorway and the black and white swoosh colorway, and these released on June 7th of 2019. But that was after a lot of pushback. These were supposed to be released months ago, much like the Sacai LD Waffles were, but they didn't want to release them at the same time, and I anticipate that's because both are built on that same Tailwind frame. And it just looked back to have 2 variations of the Tailwinds releasing within the same month. The UNDERCOVER Daybreak was released at sneaker boutiques attaining a Tier 0 account, and I think this was also released on the Sneakers app, in which this is still sitting on the app. I was fortunate enough to cop these locally here in Austin, Texas at Sneaker Politics, and actually when I went in to go get my Jordan 7 Patas, they were actually pulling out 2 different UNDERCOVER Daybreak models that I had never seen before and didn't see any editorials on. You have one pair that looks like the Mexican flag, and definitely if I was going to the Gold Cup in San Antonio and supporting El Tri, I would definitely wear that pair. And then you had another pair that was pretty boring. It looks like the black pair already released, just with a black swoosh. It's just all black. Now, I think these 2 shoes only come in women's sizes, but don't quote me on that. And these released on June 21st of 2019. The retail price for all the UNDERCOVER Daybreaks to release is set at $160 USD. Add your VAT and your taxes just based on where you reside. Looking at the resale market, looking at StockX, looking at GOAT, The Daybreaks all across the board aren't doing very well, with the exception of a yellow pair that had a very limited release or hasn't been released yet. I keep reading things in which the yellow pair is an Asia exclusive and keep reading other things in which the yellow pair will release later on this summer. Regardless, I need that pair because it is the best colorway out of the whole entire Undercover Daybreak series. Upon making your purchase, we are presented with this predominantly black box where you have the Nike gloss right here, undercover on both the left and the right side of the shoe, and your sizing label right here with the pull tab in the middle, done in a black metal finish. Pull it open, and then you have this paper that is done in black featuring the Undercover logo. Moving on to the shoe, the upper is mainly comprised of that blue jay colored nylon fabric, and it is pretty breathable and pretty lightweight. Now that's done on the quarter panel on both the lateral and the medial side of the shoe, as well as the vamp. On the quarter panels on both sides, you'll see that Nike swoosh done up in a white leather, which feels okay. It's really nothing to write home about. The bumper panel, which is this toe box area right here, and the edging on the lacing system, they're done in the same material, a black hairy suede, which actually feels pretty good to the touch, and whatever direction you're swiping in, you can swipe it the opposite direction and it changes color. Getting onto the laces, they are white in color, a flat shape, and a cotton build. Unfortunately, they do not provide an extra set of laces for these shoes, but honestly, I'm going to probably switch these white colors out and put some yellow laces on here. Behind those sets of laces is the tongue, which is padded and is sandwiched in between nylon panels. You'll see this blue nylon panel at the top and black on the reverse side. At the very top of the tongue, you see this white label featuring the Nike swoosh, where the swoosh is done up in blue and the Nike in black. Let me reiterate, this Undercover Daybreak shoe is taking design cues from the Nike Tailwind, which is making a resurgence as of recent. Like 3/4 of this shoe is retro tailwind, and 1/4 of this shoe is like cool and interesting. This 4th shoe is the selling point. This heel portion of the shoe features a cowhide panel that is done up in white and actually offers a lot more texture or feels a lot more hairier than the black hairy suede panels that we have on the lacing system and the bumper. Smack dab in the middle, you have this heel tab that is folded under this wing, and it is done in a leather material. You have black color and blue edging going on, and you have the Undercover logo that is raised and done in white. Moving on, we get to the main selling point of this shoe. It is this plastic wing that is wrapping from the lateral, wrapping around the heel, and going to the medial side of the shoe. This is done up in black, and if you look closely, you'll see some gray speckles all around it. This is definitely my favorite part of the shoe because if you take a really close look at it, you'll see some jagged lines, some sharp design, and it kind of reminds me of like Gundam models. I don't know if y'all have played with those, but growing up in Japan, that's all I knew. Again, it gives the shoe a robotic or a futuristic look, which I really like. Now, under all these layered panels, there is a TPU plate on the inside of this to provide stability for your foot while it's inside the shoe. Moving on to the lining or the collar of the shoe, I really love that it's done up in a black leather material because it makes it that much harder for dirt or sweat stains to show up. As you get deeper into the shoe, it's done in a black nylon color. The midsole of the shoe is pretty standard. It's not implementing any crazy technologies like your Nike Air, your Nike React, anything like that. It's just your standard EVA foam, and it's done up in this gray color featuring some white speckles. On the lateral side of the midsole towards the heel is some branding going on, which mentions Undercover and Jun Takahashi done in black ink. Moving on to the outsole now, you may think that this looks pretty familiar, and it should because it's the same outsole that is on the Sakai LD Waffles. This is done in a black blown rubber to enable flexibility and durability, and you can see that the traction marks are of like the raised square shape. Sizing, normally I'm rocking a size 8.5, which is my true to size, or a size 9, but for this particular model, I went with a size 9. This shoe, the Daybreaks, feel a tad bit small. If you have the opportunity to try on the shoe before you buy it, definitely do so, but otherwise I suggest you go up a half size. In terms of comfort, honestly, I thought the Daybreaks were going to feel a lot like the Nike Cortezes and the LD Waffles, in which I wasn't a fan of either of the shoes in terms of comfort. This shoe is a comfortable shoe, and really I'm surprised because I thought the Daybreaks, the LD Waffles, the Cortezes, they seem like they're built on the same frame, but this just feels a lot better than the other two. Alright guys, I think this is a good stopping point for this video. What do you think about this collaborative effort between Nike and Undercover on this Daybreak silhouette? Is this a good pickup? A bad pickup? What do you think about that $160 price point? And what do you think about this in compared to the other colors that are about to release? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Go ahead and check out my Instagram, Chris Catalunya with the underscore at the end. Go ahead and like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you know when I upload a new video. And again, we are hitting it really close to that 8,000 subscriber mark. Thank you for your support. If you're subscribed already, if you're not, do so. Alright guys, I am Chris Catalunya, and we will check you next time. Cheers! Sige na!